Welcome to Serenity. Serenity is the place where we talk about everything that is important to talk about, okay? In Serenity, it's a priority that we discover ourself and God. And by combining these two things, we can propel ourselves in the direction we are meant to go. And that leads us to today's topic, which is purpose. Purpose is the reason something exists, right? I could have this chair exist so that I could talk during Serenity today, right? Everything exists for a reason. And humans have an innate desire to understand why we are here. We have this urge to explore the idea of why have I been placed here on this earth? All right, so what is the nature of purpose? How does purpose naturally, how is purpose naturally around us? Just being here, I see all these trees and I see the purpose in the trees. The purpose of trees is to grow, to give oxygen, and then to take in carbon dioxide and to just redo that and give life to the world around it by sustaining its own life, right? And this is a natural purpose. Is a purpose only a purpose when it's fulfilled? At what point are you fulfilling purpose, and at what point are you breaking purpose? So right now, we're trying to understand the rules of purpose. What is purpose and what is not purpose, and what happens if you break purpose, right? So right here, I got a sandal, right? I got this sandal right here, right? I got this slide. The purpose of slides is to be placed on your feet. So what happens if I place this slide like on my head, right? Okay. There goes the slide. But that what just happened was not the purpose of the slide, right? So did that slide take a new purpose, or was it diverted from its original purpose? I would not constitute that as the slide's purpose. I think that's a break in purpose. So now the question leads onto human purpose. Can human purpose be broken, or is human purpose always fulfilled? Is no matter the way you live your life going forward, if I were to chill right here every single day for the rest of my life and not go do anything, was that my purpose because I did it? When I'm on my deathbed dying, was I meant to be doing that? Or was I meant to go out of my way and do something else? And how can you decipher and look at the change? I think the first example is mental health. Mental health is a sign that something is wrong. And a common cause for depression is a lack of purpose in one's life. Just like how that slide is now away and gone, our own life can be away and gone, and our body could be telling us this in a mental health way. When we are subdued from our purpose, when we move away from our purpose, our body becomes depressed and mentally fatigued. We become tired. It's a natural way of our body telling us that we are not doing what we were meant to do. And now we're going into the territory of purpose and meaning of purpose, and if we're meant to even have a purpose in the first place. And I think that's when we get into the creator of our purpose, the creator of us being here. So it's interesting thinking about how purpose works in our lives as humans, because humans have free will. How I see purpose is that it's two different elements combined to work to coincide with each other. One is a divine element, a godly element, an element that our purpose was something out of our control. And the second is our free will and our control that we have on our everyday life. Our purpose is both of these combined. It's what we were meant to do and what we chose to do at the same time. It's a bit confusing, but I'll word it like this. Say we create a robot, right? This robot's name is Gary. And Gary's job is to make the most perfect piece of toast you could imagine, the best piece of toast. So Gary's job is to make this toast. So we create the robot, we drop him down. He has the hands to make toast. He has the knowledge to make toast. He has everything to make toast. But we don't want Gary to be a slave. We don't want Gary to just not to hate making toast, right? Because the toast isn't made with love. We want toast made with love. So we give Gary free will. Now, as Gary's creator, how can we get Gary to create toast while also maintaining his free will? The way that you can do that is by instilling in Gary the question, why am I here? When Gary gets placed down and he has the curiosity to understand his purpose, when he has the ability to examine his body, examine himself, and come to the discovery that he is made for toast, then he is realizing what he was made for, and therefore in goodwill, he's choosing to do what he was meant to do. Humans are made in the same way. We have our free will, so we need to maintain our free will. But in the same way, this free will can lead us astray. Just like what I was saying before, if with free will we choose to do nothing, if I choose to sit in this chair all day and not do anything, and not pursue anything, not learn anything, I will become depressed. I will become spiritually disabled because of the way that I'm treating my life and treating my purpose, because I am disrespecting the path that was laid out for me. So by doing that, I feel shame, I feel guilt, I feel like I'm missing out. And it's all depression kind of hitting you. It's all just like, what are you doing with your life? Is your life even worth living? Right? That's what leads into these really bad areas, right? Is this thinking. So we've been placed on earth with with curiosity instilled in us, with curiosity placed in us. Curiosity for us to explore everything we've been given, to take in everything we've been given, and to choose what we give out. So now, if we look at the two natures of purpose, the human nature and the divine nature, our human nature is our choice to become willing to follow our purpose. Our human nature is actually choosing to do what is hard to achieve what we're meant to achieve. That is our human aspect of purpose. Our divine aspect of purpose is everything around us that was not given to us, but that aids us in moving our life in the direction it was meant to be led to. To elaborate, say your dad is a basketball coach. You got born and your dad is a basketball coach. Ever since you were 4 years old, your dad would be teaching you basketball to a point where now you could join the NBA. Although the human aspect of that would be you playing basketball and choosing to play. The divine aspect of that would be you being born into that family with that dad that is a basketball coach, right? We all have little nudges that push us into the direction we're meant to go. So God has to shape our purpose while at the same time allowing us the free will to follow it. God is instilling on us a double. We could go pure human, ignore anything that has been shown to us, anything that's been handed to us, ignore that, choose completely on our own what we'll do, and completely subvert from everything we feel in our heart we're meant to do, and it won't end up well. This is the issue with money a lot of the time. We have something deep in us telling us that there's something we should be doing, and then maybe you do it and you start getting money at it, so then you just go pure money, right? You just go pure money, pure wealth. You go this direction that's just money, completely away from your divine purpose. Now that we understand how the curiosity for purpose has been instilled in us, and we also understand that purpose has two natures, a divine and a human nature, and they have to coincide at the same time to work. I want to understand better. Let's think about our yearning for purpose, right? The fact that we yearn for it. The fact that in us there's a deep longing to understand why we are here, because we just want to be included in a place that we were not chose to be in. We didn't choose to be placed here. That is part of the divine nature of purpose. We got placed here. We didn't choose that. So now we look up and say, why am I here? What is the purpose of me being here? It's a deep yearning from the second we were instilled into this world. It's curiosity. It's looking around us. It's taking everything in. It's asking questions, and it's examining ourselves to understand better what we're made for. I'm a human that has hands, so I'm going to do a human job, not a dog job, right? And these are all things that I naturally came to my own understanding through just living life. And by doing that, I already understand my purpose better. At a basic level, my purpose is to be a human on earth doing something a human would do. That is a basic purpose that I didn't ask for, but was instilled onto me. It's a divine aspect of my purpose. The importance of discovering a purpose is that it will give us a level of inclusion and meaning to our life. It's the ultimate level of inclusion to understand your purpose in this life. Because when you understand your purpose and you're content in where you're going, what you're doing, you feel as though you are doing what you're meant to do. And by doing what you're meant to do, you feel the ultimate level of divine inclusion. That this story of my life was written from the very beginning of time, before time, in the grand scheme of everything. This was what I was meant to do, and this is what I did it. I fulfilled it. I did what I meant to do. I am included. I am wanted in this world. We have the two elements of purpose. We have the divine element and the human element, and it's important that we combine them together because that's our purpose right there. Boom, right? I want to get into how purpose aligns with fulfillment. Purpose coincides with fulfillment because when we do what we feel we were meant to do, it allows us to gain love for ourselves, a deeper understanding of ourselves, and we become more individualistic in nature by having our own purpose, because we become more separate from those around us, and we recognize our differences better than the person to our right or to our left. And I feel like in this world, we really are trying to ignore differences. We're really trying to be inclusive of everyone, which I agree with, of course. But at times, especially with self-discovery and trying to discover your place in this world, it's okay to become selfish, and it's okay to recognize the things that are different about yourself that set you apart from those around you. And at times, it's actually hard to do that, because by recognizing what's different about ourselves, we lose that feeling of inclusion. We don't feel as included, we feel out of place, because no one vocalizes their differences. But every single person is different, and we always get told this. And if you truly don't believe that you know, if you really want to be the same as the person to your right or to your left, go ahead. But you need to become individualized in the way you live life, and you need to become almost selfish in the way that you see yourself. You need to see yourself as separate from those around you and as an individual that's worth pursuing a purpose for. You need to see yourself as someone worth putting in the effort to find a purpose. Because when we look at ourselves in a sea of other people, if there's 1 million people around me right now, it's easy for me to lose myself in that. In the same way, there does not need to be 1 million people here. It could just be me, yet I'm still here losing myself because I'm pushing away the things that actually separate myself. I'm allowing myself to become one of millions by not recognizing what makes me individually me. And by ignoring all the things about me. And yes, it's bad things. It could be traumas that have made up your life and made you up to the person you are today. It could be traumas. It could be great things. It could be the most minute things about maybe a specific genre that you like a little more. But if you recognize that, And if you examine it, and if you love yourself for it, and love yourself deeply for your differences, it already starts you on a route of more individuality and more self-discovery, which is the first step to finding your purpose. Because who are you to say what your own purpose is if you don't even know yourself? Understanding our purpose requires self-examination through introspection and through other means, right? We need to sit. Look at me in serenity right now. You need to create your own serenity. You need to be able to sit on your own and think about yourself. You need to be able to sit in your thoughts, examine your thoughts, and feel, just understand yourself better. Notice when you are upset. Notice when things are wrong. If sitting down on your own, just thinking to yourself is hard, don't not do it. Confront that, because that is an aspect of yourself that you need to pay attention to. By recognizing that aspect, 1,000 more aspects become known, because you learn to recognize it. You don't learn to ignore it or to blindly listen to it. You learn to look at it, confront it, question it, and move on, either accepting it as a part of you or saying, this is not a part of me. This aspect of my life is not supposed to be for me. That is not me, but this one that I see now is for me, so I'm going to embrace it more. I didn't notice this about me, so I'm going to embrace it more and understand it more. But this about me, I don't agree with, so I will try to understand why this exists in me, why I feel a certain way about something, and after I understand that, then I could push it away and find a different solution. One of the most beautiful things about self-examination and self-discovery is that you find God, first of all, right? And you need God to discover yourself. I'm dropping that out there, all right? You need to reach out to God to discover yourself, because we are so flawed. We are deep down in us is a beautifully sculpted self. A self designed so elegantly that can live in a loving, optimistic, selfless, outgoing, just loving way. Every single human has that part of them deep in them. But it just takes brushing off all this BS that has built up on ourselves to discover it. But to discover all the BS in the first place, you need God for that. You need God to bring awareness to it. You need to pray to God, ask him, God, please bring awareness to the things in my life which are not meant to be there. Help me to discover my true self. Help me to discover you and what you were meant, and why you placed me on this earth. Right? You just need to start mental arithmetic over these questions. Mental arithmetic. You just have to start juggling these questions around, right? Just juggling them around. And as you more deeply understand your own purpose, right? The more you will see the purpose in other people's lives. The more love you can give to others because of the love you initially gave to yourself. Think about it. By discovering your own purpose, by understanding yourself better, you can love the people around you more, because you understand the depth of a human soul. You understand just how deep the inner workings of a human can be, because you explored it in yourself. And by exploring it in yourself, you can see it in every single human around you. And you may say, I'm loving as much as I can. I'm fully loving. I go out of my way to love everyone. I'm a very loving person. Who are you to say how much love you're capable of giving? And how do you know that you're not capable of more? How do you know that if you choose to do something, that it opens the door to more love? Truth only serves its servants. You must become a servant to the truth of yourself, to take it in and to get rewarded from it. You need to confront yourself. Everything bad about yourself, everything good about yourself, you need to confront, and you need to break it down and understand, because the more you understand yourself, the more you understand your purpose. And the more you understand your purpose, the more love you receive, and the more love you can give to the people around you, and the more fulfilled you will be when you're on that deathbed, looking back at your life. You will be fulfilled. You will be astronomically more fulfilled than if you never took that step in the first place. Because you understand more deeply your innate purpose. You understand more deeply the inner workings of you. You recognize how you react to things around you, and you recognize the differences of yourself compared to those around you, which creates more love for yourself, more understanding for yourself. We always end up in like these depressive episodes where we just feel so numb and so shit, and you just kind of feel like there's nothing to do, there's nothing you're meant to do, and you lose all of your worth. You feel worthless in the way that you live. The one thing that produces the most worth for yourself is learning to create it for yourself. We all have the power to create our own worth. And it's not by getting money or materialistic goods or a higher paying job or more friends. It's by telling ourselves that we are worth it because we are here. That is it. That is it. All it takes is to you to look at yourself and just to say, you are worth it because I say so. You are worth it because I recognize every part of you, and I can see everything about you that makes you worth it, that makes you have worth. And by acknowledging that, that is what creates your worth, is by recognizing the worth in yourself. That is your worth. That is what you're worth of. That is what you're worthy of. That is the beauty of yourself, is by recognizing it in yourself. Is by doing that step. It's easy to see it in others. Just learn to see it in yourself. Just learn to see it in yourself, because if you see it in yourself, it's that act of looking that makes you worth it. It's that act of giving yourself a chance that makes you infinitely more precious to yourself and to God, because you accept a gift and you acknowledge a gift. We all have this gift of life, but if you don't acknowledge it as a gift, you'll never accept it as a gift. You'll always push it away, and you'll always make excuses for pushing it away. But just accept it. Take it in fully, embrace it, and be grateful for it, and then understand what you can do from here with this gift. Because the gift just keeps giving. The more you open your gift of yourself, the more gifts you will find. I promise you that. There is a journey in discovering yourself. There is a journey in discovering yourself. There are thousands of discoveries that you are yet to discover about yourself. All these discoveries add up to create more depth within yourself, to create more individuality within yourself. It's okay to feel separate from those around you. It's okay to feel separate. It's okay to feel separate, because when you feel separate, it's the only time that you can recognize just how special you are. And in the act of recognizing how special you are, you become more special to yourself. And you love yourself more because you finally notice yourself. You finally hear yourself. And you finally are living for yourself. And by doing that, you become the ultimate level of selfless. Because you see the depth of your own soul, and now you can recognize the depth of every human around you. And you know more innately and more intricately how emotions work and affect that person, because you have confronted those emotions in yourself. having a purpose is about so much more than having some type of job, having some type of house, having some specific type of number of kids, or whatever your purpose you think it is. Purpose is discovering yourself. Your purpose on this world is to discover God and yourself. And by discovering these two things, which work together, you will find your purpose in the most fulfilling way and experience life in a whole new way of depth and understanding of feelings. Thank you for joining me in Serenity. I hope you enjoyed the talk. Please come by more Serenity sessions. We just want to talk. I will enjoy comments or concerns or whatever. Just share this around with people. You know, I'm a new up and comer, right? Got some. I'll get more subscribers under my belt soon, hopefully. But you know, just spread my word, please. I would very much appreciate it. Tell me things you like. Tell me things I should change. I'm very open to criticism. You could flame my video, but as long as the flames are fucking real, you know, as long as you're being honest, then I'm chilling. But if you say something like, bro, those mountains behind you are ugly, I would be like, what the hell? That's not even a flame. That's just you being annoying. That's just you hurting my feelings at that point. All right? I don't accept that. But if you're like, bro, you know, your chair is ass, I think you should change it. Boom. I may change it. Maybe. I like this chair though. It would have to be multiple people telling me my chair is bad for me to change my chair. Or maybe the microphone. Maybe it's kind of zesty holding my microphone like this, you know? I need feedback, okay? I need guidance, all right? Whoever is watching this, hello. But yeah, thanks for joining me in Serenity. I will see you at the next one. I better. All right.